Teach me how to love, I'm ready. No, she fuck with a thug, she ready. In them fit, keep them slugs, I'm ready. Can't go out like bro, so I'm busting at them.
What's good, Killer Squad? It's your boy Quan, and welcome to our channel. Now today we are going to be reacting to what do men really want in a relationship?
What do they really want in a relationship?
So what are some, I guess, signs, like for the people who are watching this and they want to become more self-aware, but maybe they're the people, you know, who you're talking about, but they don't recognize that that's them. What are some, like, red flags of things that people say to you and you're like, oh, yep, you probably need some healing? Like, what are some things that we just might not recognize?
To me, if you're holding on to very negative perceptions...
We as women? Is that what she's saying? We as women? Okay, so, okay.
Of things or people, you need to heal. And anyone who's healed can start to see the good that exists. It doesn't mean we're blind to the negativity, the toxic energy and everything out there, but we know good exists because now, when you're healed, the good in you rises to the top. So if you know you're good, it's easier to believe someone else is good. But when you don't have that in you, if you have negativity going on within you, you're going to always see negative in other people.
And that makes perfect sense.
Of course.
Complete sense, you know, just coming from a not so negative person myself, yeah, it's easy to tell when there are very negative people around you because all they speak, everything that comes out is negative.
You can feel it in their energy though.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So it's very that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, yeah, negative perceptions, when people are extremely judgmental, all right, to me, that is a sign of you having healed. Again, healed, happy people don't go around trying to judge and condemn everybody, all right? That's not how, if anything, that person wants to stay away from drama, wants to stay away from all these extra negative conversations. It doesn't mean they will have an issue expressing themselves, but they just don't engage in those things. So when you're so willing to engage in being negative and arguing and being judgmental, you're not healed. You got negative energy inside you that you haven't resolved. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing is just, for me, it's not what they say. It's just an energy. It's just a spirit. If I'm in your presence and I feel this hardness, I feel this closed off. And I understand people want to say, oh yeah, but if you don't know someone, you're not going to automatically be open. I get that. I think there's a difference between being cautious and observing and being standoffish and afraid and walled up. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't think that that's true.
You don't?
I don't. I feel like some women, they have their walls up for a certain reason. They don't want to get hurt. But it doesn't mean that they're being standoffish. They're being cautious. You know?
But wouldn't cautious and standoffish kind of be the same thing?
Exactly. So I don't get what he's trying to say there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's saying the same thing. We're probably just using different words. But I feel like he's saying the exact same thing, though. Because that makes sense, yeah. Because
I feel like in the beginning stages of a relationship, it is okay, but at some point you're gonna have to let down those walls.
And open up a little bit, right?
Especially if you want the relationship to work.
Right, long term, rather.
Right, you can't have just one person, you know, willing to talk about everything, and one person
just completely just not open to it,
and not really talking to it. It's not gonna work like that.
For sure, indeed, I agree.
Knocking anyone for surveying the situation before they open themselves up, but no, a lot of people just have walls up.
So the people who say, you know, you see the Atlanta quotes, right? Like, there's no good men in Atlanta, no single men in Atlanta, there's no straight men in Atlanta. People who say those things, that would be like red flag for you, like this person needs healing or this person may just have a negative mindset. Like, is that what you mean?
No, so for those, I'm not going to
I feel like when women say there's no good men here, there's no straight men here, the men that you run into aren't good. The men that you run into is the men that you run into, you know, it's so many people in the world. You want to say, well, there's no good men out here
because of the people you chose to be with.
The people you chose to be with.
The people you attract.
Right.
Because of how you are. You know, you are what you attract.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Automatically jump to they need healing because I think a lot of people have been brainwashed. You know, again, I remember when I first moved to Georgia, people were saying, they still say it, oh, the ratio's 10 to 1. Ain't no damn 10 to 1 ratio. Like, look at the census data. It's like 1.1 something or 1.2 to 1. And then they say, oh, but men are gay, men in prison. Okay, there's gay women. There are women in prison. Y'all never discount those from the women's side. And then that whole statement, the premise is, every woman in circulation is a good woman, but there's only a handful of good men. Yes, but there's only a handful of good men in the circulation of men who are available.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like how women be so quick to jump on men, but do not look at themselves.
Right.
You obviously, and I'm gonna say this: if you obviously attract a man that ain't nothing,
It ain't about shit.
Right? That ain't shit. Then what is in?
What does it say about
yourself? You? Right. What's
what does it say about you?
I can't speak. What's within yourself to make you attract that ain't shit man? What do you do to make a man, just?
And instead of them asking themselves that question, they'd rather just
blame the man.
Right. Push it on the man. It's the man's fault the whole time.
Exactly.
No, it's not right.
That's totally not right. And my piercing is missing.
For what?
My piercing.
Oh, it's starting to. Yeah.
Yes.
That's not true.
So is that just a fear-based thing that women tell themselves to make themselves feel better about why they don't have the man that they're seeking?
Yes, it's fear-based. It's validation for why there's not success. It's easy to blame external forces as to why I'm not getting what I want, rather than to look myself in the mirror and accept maybe there's something that I need to do.
wrong with me. Right.
It's the same thing. And for anyone who feels some kind of way about that, it's like if a man came to you who was broke and not doing nothing with himself, say, oh, there ain't no jobs out here. You'd be like, nah, bro, you're just not hustling. You're just not applying yourself correctly. And you're going the easy route by claiming the economy and jobs. And
right,
it doesn't mean that there isn't negative factors in those areas, but people who succeed don't give in to those negative thoughts.
Steve Harvey's book, his 90-day rule, you don't have sex with a man for 90 days. How do you feel about that rule in particular, and then what's your perspective on sex and dating?
Okay, so
as a woman, I feel like the 90-day rule is okay.
You feel like it's okay?
3 months.
3 months.
There's 3 months of you guys to actually get to know each other, connecting without sexual intercourse. That's how you guys connect. Because if you start off in the first or second, maybe third month of your relationship, and you guys are already at it, that's kind of, I wouldn't say it's a base, but it's a part of the base of your relationship. Because you're going to always want it all the time, and you might not know that person's favorite color, but you know how good the dick is.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I was finna say, like, what are we doing with that 90 days? Are we're still kind of like talking, mingling?
Mean up. Getting
right.
to know
getting
each
to know
other.
each other. That's the point of it. That's the purpose of it.
Down into a relationship. If you're wanting a relationship and you're willing to wait that 90 days, well, that's where you guys put the work in.
I feel like it's definitely like a 50-50 though, you know what I'm saying? Both y'all gotta want it the same. You know what I'm saying? Both y'all gotta have the same mindset, the same outlook on things. Y'all gotta both just want the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't gonna work if he's just trying to fuck for the whole time, for the 90 days, and you really trying to build something.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work.
That's where you guys need that understanding.
Yeah.
But you should know within a month if it's like that.
Right. So what about 30 days?
Exactly. But I'm saying no. I'm saying in that first month, that first 30 days, you should be able to know
if he just trying to smash
for the smash, or if they actually trying to build a relationship. And the reason you will find out is by how y'all conversations are. If y'all have a conversation and everything come out his mouth is sexual or
right.
negative or something
every other
like
conversation y'all have is sexual.
Every other conversation, unless sometimes, and like, ain't nothing wrong to have a conversation here and there, within those 30 days, you want to talk about what you're going to do. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying if it's a constant,
yeah,
and you
it's
guys
clear
get
what he
to
wants.
know each other,
yeah.
It's clear
what he's there for sure.
It's very clear what he wants.
So that rule in particular, I'm not a fan of specific rules like that. And don't get me wrong, I get it, because I guess you could argue some of the things that I teach are rules. I just think that hard deadline timelines like that they can be tricky because, okay, you may have been dating him for 90 days, but you don't know him in 90 days.
That's what I be trying to say. You don't know a person in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know a person in 3 months. Hell, you don't know a person in 6 months. You don't know a person in a year. But in those 3 months, you could at least know something about each other.
Yeah. Right. Know enough,
That's
at least.
the purpose of deep conversations when it comes to finances, marriage, all that stuff like that. If you guys are really into it, y'all, that's the 3 months.
That's what y'all gonna be
get a jump
learning
start.
about, talking about, kind of building off of, shit like that.
But
yeah.
just after them 30 days, it doesn't mean that you fully know a person. You
right,
need
for
to
sure.
be around a person all 4 seasons.
The right questions, you know what I'm saying? And even if he lasted 90 days, he may have been acting a fool the whole 90 days. Just because he's still around doesn't mean, oh, now it's time to move forward and get together that way. So to me, it's less about the 90 days specifically, and it's about the work that was supposed
in between,
to be done in
right? In
Now,
between.
if you complete that work in 30 days, and you know what you're getting yourself into, and you know what he wants, you guys are on the same page, y'all are grown adults.
But it could be a
Choice.
facade as well.
But
True.
again, it's not the specific time, it's the work. Now, as far as sex and dating, to me, I just think that people have to be honest with themselves about what they can handle. All right, we can go the spiritual route and say wait till marriage, but we know realistically most people ain't waiting. And so what I tell women is like, don't sleep with him until you're okay with what happens next. So if you sleep with him today and he doesn't call you tomorrow, and you're gonna feel cheated and robbed because he didn't call you, you shouldn't have slept with him. That means you slept with him for the wrong reasons.
And maybe you slept with him too early. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the 90 days.
Yeah, for sure.
But what about this? What if you guys waited that 90 days and then they decide to, sleep with each other or whatever, and then he don't call? That's a waste of 3 months.
Literally a waste of 3 months.
That's literally a waste of 3 months. That's why you guys need to have that conversation and understand.
Within a month, you didn't peep that though. Like you ain't peeped that within 2 months. You ain't peeped that. You didn't peep that.
Either she peeped it and ignored it, or she's just blind.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of both. Yeah, I feel like she wanted it to work out so well that she peeped the sign, but she didn't care.
But that's where a lot of women mess up, including myself, because I was in that situation. We are so focused on looking at the potential that you could have instead of looking at what you showed us from the jump.
Versus what's literally right here in your face.
What's literally right there in my face. I'm going to kind of push that to the side
and look at what could be.
What could happen or what could be. Because, yes, he got some good aspects to him. So I'm going to try to give him a chance and give him a chance and give him a chance.
Would you call that delusional?
Low key. I would call it low key delusional. Mm-hmm. Just a tad bit.
Okay.
You slept with him because you were expecting something to come out of it. If you sleep with him in the dating phase, it better be because you just want to enjoy this experience. That's how you're feeling. I'm not saying you should feel that way, but that's your choice. And at least now, if things don't go as planned, you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I cheated myself, I lost, you know what I'm saying? Because that can be very discouraging and send women down a negative spiral from there. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just be honest with yourself about that, but also be honest about how long you need to have clarity on what's going on here. Sex can cloud judgment. So if you jump in too fast, it can easily mess things up because now you start overlooking red flags you shouldn't overlook. You know what I'm saying? And here's the crazy thing. People love to act like it's because it's good sex. There are tons, millions, hundreds of millions of women who have held on to men and it was bad sex. All right? The whole good sex thing is a cop-out. You became attached because emotionally you wanted to hold on to him, or by giving your body, you now become more emotionally attached to this man. And now it's an investment you made, and women struggle to walk away from their investments.
Definitely. Yes. I agree wholeheartedly. Because they feel like, oh, we spent this amount of time together and then I finally give my body to him. I'm not finna let that go.
Right.
And then that's, like he said, that's where you get clouded and that's where you ignore the red flags and that's when this happens and that's when that happens. But that only happens if it happens early.
Right. Early on. Before the 90 days.
Before the 90 days is up.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be real. What can you handle this without getting caught up?
So, speaking of investment, I literally put a post up today that said, he told you he was not interested in anything serious, so why would you continue wasting your time trying to give him time to change his mind? And I think that's one thing that women, we do because we have this high hope, we've already imagined us like having kids, walking around, all of the things. We've invested this time, and even though you have told me out of your mouth, this is not what you want, I'm not ready for this is not yada yada yada, whatever you told me, I'm just going to continue to invest, continue to give, continue to hope and pray and think that I can convince you to change your mind, and then I'm just going to be hurt and mad at you when you don't.
And that is a waste of time.
Yes, 100%.
That coming from experience,
that
is an entire
delusion.
waste of time.
It's also delusion.
It is very much delusion.
Because he told you out his mouth.
He told you out his mouth, but yet you still was so willing to,
and hopeful.
Right, willing and hopeful to give.
In the hopes of changing his mind.
Of course, a man is going to take it, but he's not going to change his mind. He's not going to change it.
Because he already had his mind set. He told you from the jump.
He told you from the jump, oh, I don't want this. But you still giving. He's going to take that. And then you're going to feel played. No. If a man tell you he don't want it, baby, you better drop out. Because that's literally going to be a waste of your time. And nowadays, life is too short and time is too expensive.
Indeed.
So how do we get to the root of, like, or is it possible for us to get to the root of, like, this men are from Mars, women are from Venus thing? Because I feel like we are so, like, our communication is so bad because you're saying something and I'm hearing something completely different, or I'm hoping that you're saying what I want you to say, and if you're not, I can convince you to change your mind about it. What do we do about that?
So I said at this event I was at recently that too many women are more focused on how they feel than what he said. So he could say, I don't want a relationship, but if she feels, but we could be great together, she will hold on to that rather than his actual words. And I think that the key for men and women to get past this whole men are from Mars, women are from Venus, we have to start to understand we're not wired.
Have you heard of that? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus?
I actually have.
I'm sure looking like, what the fuck is that? I never heard of that.
Past this whole men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
I'm gonna look at
We have to start to understand we're not wired the same way. And
we're not.
What would do best is, if I'm a man, my goal is to get more emotionally in tune with you. Because I know that sometimes a woman is not going to always use her words to explain how she's feeling.
Yeah.
She wants you to pick up on things because women pick up on things. Women see the details, so they want us to see the details. So we have to work on that. We won't ever be as good as women in most cases, but that's how we will be able to connect with her better. For women, she has to work on being more logical with her approach with him, all right? So he said this is what he said, now handle it this way. Do not let your emotions control you. You have to learn how to master your emotions. This is where the emotional intelligence comes in. And I think when women start to, again, it doesn't mean stop being a woman, because I want women to essentially walk in their feminine energy, tap into that energy, so I don't want you to go away from that, and again, embrace the fact that you're an emotional creature. But you have to learn how to turn on that logical mind in those moments where it's going to be applicable. The same way the logical man has to turn on that emotional mind, that being able to get into the spirit in those moments that he needs.
So yeah, pretty much we just need men and women to make better decisions as far as their relationship, their decision making goes. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. We really do appreciate it. Catch y'all on the next one.